to record, and we're going to start standing today. Add on. I'm already warm. So let's start in Tadasana. Nice strong stance, long spine. Hands can be by your side with first and second fingers connected or at your heart center. We're going to take 4 big breaths in slowly and 4 out, really releasing all the air and filling the lungs with inhales. Closing the eyes, let's start together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your own. Soften the shoulders. Couple more breaths. Really fill those lungs. And last one. Releasing the hands down, opening the eyes. We're going to lift just the toes, flex those toes. And when you put them down, spread them as best you can, waking them up. Flex them and spread them down. Flex and down. Last time, flex and down. Make sure your core is working, shoulders are pushing back, shoulders are also just softening. Let's bend down, keeping a very straight spine. And as we lengthen the legs, we'll take a big inhale up with the arms and exhale down, bending, keeping that long spine. Exhale up and bend. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears when you go up. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Straightening the legs. We're going to go onto our tippy toes, keeping the balance, holding it. Find your gaze, find your focus. Use your core here. Hold it and slowly down with control. One more time, slowly up. Hold your balance. If you need to hold onto the wall, fine. Hold it. And with control, slowly down. One more time, up. Hold. Whoops. Keep your balance, unlike me. And slowly down. Very good. Let's drop the head down and bend the knees and really roll down, hinging, really hinging from the waist, heavy head, heavy arms. Try to lift the hips in this position so you're starting to open up the lower back. Hands can be really wherever they're comfortable. Head is heavy, shoulders away from the ears, just hanging over opening up the lower back. Take that into a nice flat back. So you're extending from the base of the spine through the crown of the head, shoulders pulling back, chest pushing forward, your knees are over your feet. And now back to our deep bend, opening up the lower back, breathing. And back to table. Long neck here. One more time. All the way down, lifting the hips. Very stable on the feet. Breathing nice and deeply. Try to lift those hips a little higher. And now find that flat back, long spine. And your pelvis is really tilted up, inward, if you will, towards the center. Hello, Sasha. Nice long neck here. And from here, straighten the legs, keeping that tabletop, half forward fold, long neck, gaze is down, right down to the floor. You can take your hands back if you like to keep those shoulders pushing back, chest pushing forward. And now release the head and the arms with straight legs, or you can bend them if you're not ready. Opening up the hamstrings. Breathing nice and deeply. Let's keep the legs straight if you're able, back to flat back. And again, you can keep your arms here or even fold them behind your back to really open the chest here. Nice long spine. Breathing nice and even. And releasing back down into full forward fold, Uttanasana. Head is heavy, arms are heavy, but shoulders pushing away from the ears, those hamstrings starting to open up. Now bend very deeply back into this deep, flat back position, pushing the shoulders back. Arms can be forward or behind or just to the ground, whatever feels right today, but nice long neck, flat back. And now from here, bring your arms all the way up into chair. And if your arms are only here for now, that's fine. We're just warming up. So long diagonal spine here, bending your knees over your feet, but not over your toes, over the ankles and the feet. Nice long spine. Push the shoulders back, push the chest forward. Your tailbone is trying to curl down to the ground. And all the way up now. Big inhale, back to Samasthiti. So we're going to try chair pose again. If you have a block, it may be helpful to put it between your thighs, and you'll find you really are working those thighs, which is a good thing. Excuse me, stealing my shoe. Okay, so from Tadasana, big inhale up, long spine. Feel the length of the spine, your core is working, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. You can take your hands behind to open your chest if you prefer. Find all your arms can be out, whatever feels right for you today. Using your core here, long spine, head in line with the spine, so we've got a nice open neck. Big inhale up and hands down to Tadasana. One more time. Into chair, pushing down, lengthen the spine. Nice long neck. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice even breathing here. And big inhale up. Back to Samasthiti. Okay, I'm going to remove my block. But we're going to start again into chair. Holding it, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing. From here, windmill the arms down and all the way into plank, straight into plank. Find that length again in the spine. Use your core. Hands beneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers, pushing back on the heels, holding it. Nice big breaths here. Turn your inner elbows towards the front. Use your core. Holding it. Nice deep breathing. Bend the knees slowly. Release the toes. Knees should be beneath the hips. And walk those hands out, pushing the hips up, really opening up that spine one more time and the chest. Press down on the tops of the feet. If you have a brick, you might want to put a brick on your forehead. It may help. So just keep lifting those hips, shoulders away from the ears. And again, think about the inner elbows turning towards the midline. That way your shoulder blades are trying to come together. Lift those hips even higher, weighting the spine. Breathing nice and deeply here. 2 more breaths. Slowly walk your hands up into tabletop. Find your alignment here. Let's continue to wake up the spine. We'll do a few cat-cows together. And inhale up, lifting the chest. Exhale down, chin to chest. Inhale up. Push the shoulders back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Really arch the back, push those shoulders back, strong arms. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Back to tabletop. We're going to open up our right arm all the way to the ceiling, up, lifting it up, and thread it through the left arm. This, I'll do it this way. This left hand can stay either like it is straight on the floor. You really want your 90-degree angle in your knees. Lift that elbow if you keep your hand like that. Or if you want a deeper stretch, reach it out to the front. Lift those hips, opening up the neck here and the shoulders. Keep lifting those hips, breathing evenly. 2 more big breaths here. Push that chest towards the mat and slowly bring that left hand down and come back to tabletop. And let's sit back into Balasana, extending the arms. Breathing nice and even. On your next breath, come back to tabletop. Find your alignment. And this time, let's lift up the left arm and thread it through the right, extending the hips. One side may be different than the other. Just be mindful of the difference. Breathe into it. Just feel where there's stiffness. You can actually soften that stiffness through your breath. As you're releasing, you may need to move your hand a little further out. Your forehead or cheek may need to move, so just rest, almost just rest and let gravity do the work. Breathing nice and deeply here, releasing the shoulders. Two more big breaths. And release back to tabletop. And then sit back on our heels into Balasana. Extend the arms, or if you prefer to have your arms by your side, that's fine. Let's all bring our arms by our sides, but this time you can hold onto your heels if you want, and then again rest your left side of your head on the floor or on a block, really sort of releasing the neck even more. So shoulders are really pushing away from the ears here, but you are in a relaxed position. Really want to release the neck. So if you want to even try and look up and hold that and breathe into it. Breathing nice and even. So here we're releasing the neck, but we're also extending the lower back. So it should feel very good. On your next inhale, let's change sides. And other side. Again, play with where your head should be, so it feels comfortable, but there's a good release going on. Breathing nice and evenly. On your next inhale, come back to tabletop. Find your alignment. Once you have your alignment, we're going to lift the left hand and the right leg at the same time. Keep the hips even. Hold it. Strong right arm. Breathe. Two more big breaths. Bring the left hand down. Curl your right toes. and push back on that heel. Feel that hamstring opening up, back on that hamstring. Keep the hips even. Breathing. Use your core here. Don't let your body flop down or up. Nice long spine. You're using your core. Push back on that heel. Bring that foot all the way to the side. And now try to sit back on your left heel. Your forearms can be on the ground. Head can be relaxed. You'll feel a really good inner stretch on the hamstring. Flex the foot if you want. Head is relaxed here. Two more big breaths. And slowly back to that position. And now bring that foot in more. Going to open the groin one more time. So you can keep your left hand on the floor, but push into that front knee. You can feel the stretch in the groin. Nice long spine. Your tailbone is pushing down towards the mat. And of course, your shoulders are pushing back. So you can, if you want to bounce or just stay in the position, breathe into it. Head in line with the spine. And now back to our flexed point foot. And again, really feeling the stretch in the hamstring. If it helps to hold on to your toes, that's fine too. You find what works for you today. Push that chest towards the ground, the mat, shoulders away from the ears. Two more big breaths. Slowly come up onto that left knee. Place your hand down and come back to tabletop. Let's just shake out those hips. A lot of work there. Finding your alignment one more time. This time right hand and left leg go out and hold. Keep those hips even. Breathing deeply and evenly. Strong left arm. Two more big breaths. Placing your right hand back down and extending that left leg and pushing back on that heel. Keep that knee beneath the right hip, pushing back on the heel. Shoulders are even, core is working here, so don't let your spine relax. Keep it nice and long. Tailbone is pushing down towards the mat, pushing back on the heel. Strong arms, fingers are spread. Whoops. And now taking that left leg all the way to the side, bending back into it. You can flex the foot if you want. Feel that inner stretch on the hamstring all the way down the calf. You can hold onto your foot if you can, or your ankle, or you can keep your arms straight out. Push those shoulders away from the ears though. Keep that foot flexed so you get a better stretch. Breathing evenly. One side may be easier than the other. Just be mindful today of where you are. Two more big breaths. Slowly pushing back up onto your two hands. Bring that left foot down. Turn it to an angle and reach over, opening up the groin here, pushing the chest forward. Breathe into it. Where there's stiffness, try to imagine that stiffness is really softening with every breath. Nice long neck here, shoulders pushing back. Push those hips forward. This left knee is above the ankle. Don't let it tilt inward or outward. Nice vertical position there. You may not go far. You know, we're warming up the hips gently. Well, this is not such a gentle position, but we should be where we are comfortable, not where it hurts. If it hurts, back out. So push back up. Breathe into it. Two more big breaths. Extending that left leg one more time, flexing the foot, finding that good stretch on the inner hamstrings, the inner leg. Breathe into it. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest is pushing towards the mat. Fingers are spread. Breathing nice and even, nice and deep. Two more big breaths. Come up slowly using your hands. Come back to tabletop. And let's take a break in Balasana. Hands can be in front or behind. Resting, catching our breath. Bring your hands to your sides. Sit up and bring your right foot in front. We haven't done these for a while. So wherever your legs are comfortable, both knees are bent. If you can get a 90-degree angle in both knees, great. If not, just be comfortable. That's the most important thing. So find where you are today. We're going to take the weight of our body on our back hands, and we're going to focus on our back hip. So it's my left hip for me. Our feet should be working, so you can flex or point. If they relax, it's okay, because we're really focused on this back hip. We're going to open it up. So before we start, make sure your core is working, chest is pushing forward, shoulders are pushing back. And let's start. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and down. Up and down. Couple more times. Up and down. Inhale up and down. Keeping your legs where they are. Move your hands so that you're taking the weight in front of your front knee now. And we're going to focus still on that back left hip. And we're going to exhale down, inhale up, Try to get as much movement as you can there. Exhale down, try to reach the mat if you can, and inhale up, opening the chest as you inhale. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Last time, exhale down, try to reach the mat, inhale up. Hold it there for a moment, really try to push that left hip even more, opening the chest, pushing the shoulders back. From there, extend that left leg and roll over into pigeon. Before we go down into pigeon, let me do it this way. And again, you can use your block to help you wherever you need help, either beneath your hip or beneath the other hip, or a blanket. You see what works. Find that long stretch forward, pushing the chest really forward, shoulders are pushing back leg is engaged. For a deeper stretch, curl those back toes, keep those hips nice and even. Feel the length of that leg. Breathe. Push the chest forward even more. Make sure that left hip is not up. We want it even with the right. If your toes are curled, release your knee and then your toes. And now roll down slowly all the way. You can make a cushion with your hands if you like, or you can extend your arms all the way out. Hips should be even, shoulders should be even. You really are opening up the hips here. If you want a deeper stretch, curl those back toes one more time. Stretch those fingers, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe nice and deeply and evenly. If you are tight in the hips, in the right hip, again, just try to soften it through your breath. With every exhale, you're releasing. One more big breath. If your toes are curled, knee down, release the toes, walk your hands up to your shoulders and push up one more time into that really long arched back, pushing the chest forward. You can curl your toes one more time. Thank you, Sasha. Breathing. Hands up beneath the shoulders. Hips are even. Release the toes if they're curled and bring that back leg all the way around to our funny little position here. Keeping that left foot, if you can, on the ground, sitting up tall on your sit bones. Really lengthen the spine. Make sure that left hip, the left sit bone is on the ground. Find that long vertical spine. I like to hold on to my knees. It gives me more stability, I think, and allows me to keep my hips and sit bones even. Let's take a few big breaths here together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. One more big breath. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, soften shoulders. From here, let's twist left hand on inside of left knee and looking over the right shoulder, keeping that long vertical spine, twisting around. Head can be wherever it likes, wherever it's comfortable. Shoulders pushing back. That left foot hopefully is firmly grounding down. Feel the twist in the torso. Breathing. Two more big breaths. Back to center. Release this left foot. Find what works for you today, if you can, or else just keep your legs gently crossed. Tall spine, core is working, and now one vertebra at a time, slowly coming over, hands up, palms up in front, resting over, breathing through the stiffness of the hips, relaxing over. With every exhale, you may get your head closer to the mat. Just try to relax in this position, even though it feels very awkward. You're releasing those hips and the spine and the neck. Keep your breath as deep and even as possible here. Two more big breaths. Roll up slowly all the way back to our nice, strong, tall spine. Big inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Right forearm on the ground. If you're able, hold on to your left foot and extend it all the way to the ceiling. You can use your strap here. You can play with this position, opening it as far as you want or forward. So play with it here. And if you can't keep it straight, hold on to your ankle and just bring that thigh closer to your chest. Open the chest here if you've got an extended leg. Breathing. And slowly bend the leg. Come back to your seated position. Let's shake out both legs. That was a lot of work, but guess what? We're going to do it on the other side. So this time we have our left leg in front. Both knees are bent. Find that alignment before we start, taking the weight on the back, on our back of our hands. We're going to work just the right hip this time. Your feet can be flexed or pointed or just relaxed. So focusing just on the back hip. Inhale up, exhale down. Try to get it all the way down. Inhale up, lifting that hip, opening the chest here. Exhale it back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now keep going, up and down. Because our bodies are asymmetrical, well, most of ours are, up and down. One side may feel very different from the other, but we are always trying to balance it out. And down. Inhale up, opening the chest, exhale down. Inhale up, push that hip high, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Two more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Last time. Inhale up, exhale down. finding your weight on your front of your hands now, still focused on our right hip or our back hip. Make sure you're not releasing the spine. You've got a nice strong spine. Use your hands here, but focusing on that back hip. Exhale down. Inhale up. Push back the shoulders. Push forward the chest. Exhale down. Inhale up. Lengthen the spine. Exhale down. Inhale up. Lengthening the spine. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Try and get that hip all the way down. Exhale up. Lift it up. You can put your hand on your hip if it helps, or your glute. If that helps for you to feel the movement. And up. Exhale down. And inhale up. 2 more times. Exhale down. Inhale up. Push that hip high. Exhale down. Inhale up. Let's hold that position. Now push back the shoulders. Push forward the chest. Push that hip even higher. Use that glute. Breathe. Sorry about the burn. From here, we're going to extend that back leg. Roll over into high pigeon, let's call it high pigeon. So nice, hips are even here, arms are very strong, hands are beneath the shoulders. You can curl your toes for a deeper stretch here. Pushing the chest forward, shoulders away from the ears. Back leg is engaged, whether it's curled toes or pointed, lifting up the chest here. And now let's go down slowly with control. Release your toes if they curl. All the way down, you can use your hands as a pillow or extend them all the way out. Keep those hips even here. So you don't want to roll back on the back hip. You want to be on top. The hips are even. And for a deeper stretch, curl the toes. Push back on the heel. Shoulders away from the ears. Really reaching those fingers. Breathing. Core is working here. Your inner elbows are trying to go towards the midline, towards the ceiling. Breathing nice and even. If this hip is tighter than the other, just visualize releasing some of that stiffness with every breath. So your breath is very important. Keep it even, keep it deep. For those who have curled toes, release the toes. Walk your hands beneath your shoulders. Let's push up. Really push forward the chest. Long, long leg. Strong arms. Shoulders pushing back. Heart pushing forward. Deeper stretch, curl the toes. Hips are even. If your toes are curled, knee down, release the toes, bring that back leg all the way around. So the right foot is next to the left thigh. Find that both sit bones are even on the ground. Nice tall spine. Chest is pushing forward, shoulders pushing back. Head in line with the spine. Let's take a few breaths here together. Inhale, really lengthen the spine. And exhale, soften those shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, lengthen up and exhale. Let's twist. Right hand on inner right knee. Back hand is fingertips and twisting around. Both sit bones even on the ground. Open the chest here. Really try to feel the length of the spine while you twist. Breathe. As you breathe, maybe you can twist a little further, pushing that chest forward. Core is working. 2 more big breaths. Back to center. Nice big breaths here. Sit bones are even on the ground. And now, however you are comfortable, find this weird position. Knee over knee. Sit bones are even. If you want to just go into an easy cross-legged position, feel free. But sit bones need to be even and rolling down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Head is heavy. Hands, palms up in front, and breathe into it. Let that spine really release, really open up. Hips open up gently. Breathe deeply here. Shoulders away from the ears. Head is relaxed. Two more big breaths. Roll up slowly, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back up to the top. Nice long spine. One more big breath. Left forearm on the ground. Hold onto your foot or your ankle or whatever works today. Extending out that leg and play with where it needs to go today. So just move it around. One side is very different than the other for me today, and that's okay. Sometimes it helps to move your forearm to a more comfortable position. So feel what works for you today. When you're ready, come down slowly, all the way to your seated position. Shake out those legs, shake out your body. That was a lot of work on the hips. From here, let's take our heels together. They can be placed wherever it's comfortable. If you need to sit up for a better stretch and more comfort, please find a pillow or bolster. So from a nice long spine, shoulders pushing back, core is working, navel is pushing against the spine. Your pelvis is almost wanting to tilt upward. We're going to thread our hands through underneath each calf. We can hold onto our feet if we want, or just let our palms up in front and just release your head down. Relax Shoulders away from the ears. Really releasing that back. Breathe evenly and deeply. Feel the lower back really releasing now. So this should feel really easy after all the work we did on opening the hips. So enjoy. On your next inhale, roll up slowly, very slowly, all the way back up to our vertical position. Nice strong spine. And extend one leg out. The other one comes into the thigh. Sit bones are even, long spine. Heart is pushing forward. Left foot or your extended leg, foot is flexed. And we're going to take a big inhale up and reach over. Here you can use your strap if you can't reach your foot, but your foot needs to be flexed. Nose to knee. Head is heavy here. If you're using a strap, well, we're going to do this next, but I would like to see a nice long diagonal spine. But first, let's just rest over on our knees. Head is heavy here. Sit bones even. Breathe deeply. If you're using a strap, or if your hands are holding your foot or your calf, keep holding the strap, but lengthen the spine diagonally over that extended leg. Hands can be down for those without a strap. Push your heart forward. Keep that foot very flexed. Both sit bones are on the ground, and really push those shoulders back. Heart forward, head in line with the spine. Nice long diagonal spine here. Breathing. Nice deep breathing here. And now release back over. Head to knee. Shoulders away from the ears. And when you're ready on your next inhale, come to that long diagonal position again with strap or hands on the floor, on the mat, pushing out of your hip sockets. Lengthen out of your hip sockets here, but keep those sit bones firmly on the ground. Flexed foot. Breathe. And back to a vertical spine, back to center, and change sides. So find your comfort place. Today, sit bones even, big inhale up, lengthen the spine. And now reaching over, let's take a big inhale, hands up. And now reaching over all with your strap underneath the arch of the foot, head to knee. One side may be easier than the other. Keep that left sit bone on the ground, even. Breathing into it. Foot is flexed. Breathing nice and evenly here. Head is heavy. On your next inhale, come to that diagonal length, long spine, head in line with the spine. Foot continues to be flexed so the whole leg is engaged, pushing the shoulders back, pushing the heart forward. Breathing. Lengthen out of those hip sockets, pushing up. Lengthen that spine up. And now let's go back over, holding onto the foot or your strap, nose to knee. Nice deep breathing here. One more time to that nice long diagonal spine. Pushing your chest forward, pushing your shoulders back, using your core, coming out of your hip sockets, lengthening that spine. Breathing evenly. One more big breath. And back to center. Take your left leg or your bent leg and bring it out. Make a comfortable V. So don't overextend. You want your knees facing the ceiling. We want, as always, our long spine. If the strap helps, to keep you in alignment, it'll have to be a long strap, but I just want to make sure you've got a nice, I'll do it sideways, nice long spine, feet are flexed, knees to ceiling, shoulders pushing back, core is pushing in to navel to spine, keeping the legs totally engaged, the feet flexed, hands, palms down, rolling down slowly, sit bones even on the ground. You may not go far. If you want to hang on to your toes, feel free, but keep those shoulders away from the ears and sit bones even on the floor. So you should feel a good hamstring stretch. And of course, we're working those flexed feet. Head is heavy. Your core is working hard here. Hips should feel very comfortable because we've warmed them up a lot. So crown the head to the mat, well, that's the goal. But if you're only up here, that's okay. We're really just working the spine and the hamstrings here. One big breath. And again, I want you to find that diagonal length coming out of your hip sockets. So you're really pulling yourself out of your hip sockets. Place your hands, palms down on the floor, elbows are tucked, long diagonal spine, head in line with the spine. Feet are working hard, flexed feet. Feel that long spine, feel your glutes are working. Push those shoulders back. At the same time, you're really pushing your navel to your spine. Breathing evenly. 2 more breaths. And slowly to our vertical spine, hands out. Keep those legs working. Big inhale up. Exhale down. Keep that vertical spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And let's shake out those legs. We worked it hard. Okay, from here, let's just roll down very gently all the way onto our backs, getting ready for Shavasana. Before we do Shavasana, you know, I always like to release the spine through a supine twist. So you choose which you want, both feet together, both feet, legs together, or one at a time. But let's go together to the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Depending on whether you have one or two legs, you know which way to go. Opening the arms, really reaching that outer arm all the way, stretching those fingers, trying to look at the fingers. That shoulder should be working its way to the mat. Opening the chest. Breathe deeply. Two more big breaths here. Really reaching back to center. Change legs. Big hug. And the other way. Opening the other side. Really trying to get that shoulder on the ground. Reaching that arm, the extended arm, spreading the fingers. Breathing into it. Two more big breaths. Back to center. One last big hug. You can rock it to put both knees together. And when you're ready, extend the legs. Have the ankles about a foot apart. Release the feet a foot apart. Release the ankles. Find your really comfy spot. Release your hips. We worked them hard today. You can open up your arms, palms up. Or if you feel a little vulnerable today, right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, relax the throat, the neck, the jaw. Close the eyes. Find your breath very normal and easy. Let go.